So, hello friends. Now, welcome to the third part of Yojana magazine for the month of May 2024. Now, in the first two parts, in the first part, we covered regional diversity in Indian weaving. Second part, we covered two topics: Indian weaves promoting sustainability, in which we saw sustainability's two aspects. One was environment friendly, second was reaching or including the poorest of the poor in weaving. Next was Khadi, the icon of independence. How Mahatma Gandhi, when he came back to India, understood the importance of Khadi, understood the importance of weaving, and used it as a tool against the Britishers. It was no doubt an economic tool, but yes, it created a political wave. So, this we saw. Now, in this particular part, we're going to see handloom products of India. What are the handloom products of India? Because diverse products are there, which we saw in the first part. Weaving as a livelihood, how it is, what are the challenges in weaving as a livelihood. So, getting started with the first topic, that is handloom products of India. See, in India, when I talk about the agriculture sector, the secondary sector, the tertiary sector, the most amount of people are employed in the agriculture sector, which is not producing that much of GDP. It is believed that the second highest amount of India's workforce is there in the handloom sector. Handloom sector is ranked number two after agriculture in India as unorganized sector providing employment. And there are around 24 lakh looms, largest cottage industry it is. And handloom exports have been on the rise in the recent past. So this has been there, and these exports have definitely contributed in, I would say, increasing the incomes of these weavers. The Prime Minister's special emphasis on Indian weaves and exporting Indian weaves is quite evident from the fact that whenever he visits or whenever he meets the global dignitaries, he gifts them some products of India, like Kullu shawls were gifted, or some other handloom products are gifted by the Indian Prime Minister to other dignitaries. It is just to promote India's, I would say, rich cultural diversity also. So, this is there. Now, handlooms of India. Now, in the very first topic in this month's magazine, we saw that how the weaves in India are different from state to state. Likewise, handlooms are also different from state to state, like Pashmina shawls in Kashmir, Fulkari is that design on the chunni which they do in Punjab, Chikankari in Uttar Pradesh, again a design on a white piece of cloth, and it is basically a very intricate design and a very, I would say, attractive as well. Then Muga silk of Assam, Naga shawls of Nagaland, Pochampalli ikat of Telangana, Kanchipuram sari of Tamil Nadu, Mysore silk of Karnataka, Bandhani of Gujarat, and Paithani of Maharashtra. They are this, you know, example of how artisanship works well. The designs are exceptional, and these designs are known or accepted worldwide as well. That is why the products, these kind of products, exports is increasing year by year. The demand for these products have been increasing year by year because these products have been getting global recognition. You could see from this figure, 2016-17, 357.2 basically $1 million exports, $353.9 million, 343.4, 315.6. 2020-21 COVID year, 222.7. Recovery year, 266.9. 2022-23, the data is not accurate, basically not complete. So April till February, this data is there. So here also we have 72.9. But yes, we cannot, simply figure out that in 2022-23, the sizable dip in exports was there. Let the complete data come out. But yes, we can see that how, demand for Indian handloom is, on the rise globally. They are recognized by people all across the world. Where are Indian handloom products exported? So the top country where these products are exported is USA, followed by UAE, Spain, UK, Italy, Argentina. Basically, all across the world, they are European countries and American countries, basically the developed West. They are much fond of Indian handlooms. There are significant demand in more than 20 countries in the world, mainly developed countries and the Middle East. They are importing. USA is a major market and accounted for 40% of export demand means 40% of exports of handlooms went to USA alone. So this has been the trend in 2022, 23, 2021, 22. So you can go through these tables and you can see where it is. Now, since this sector slowly and gradually, although is gaining importance, some initiatives have been taken by the government, and it is important to take such initiatives because much of the lower section of the or lower strata of the society is involved in this. So supporting them in any means as possible, you know, is very much important. Like various initiatives taken for the handloom sector. First was branding of handloom products, India handloom trademark. So this India handloom trademark is the logo of India handloom trademark. So what it is, introduction of the India handloom trademark provided the customers the assurance, because if there is any trademark or any quality mark over there on any product which we go to buy, like BIS marking is there or ISO marking is there. Similarly, on the handloom products, there is this India handloom marking, which gives the buyers, the customers, the assurance ki bhai product is good and product is authentic. Most importantly, it is not copied or it is not a fake version. So product is authentic, and it also provided the assurance of good quality of the product. So this one step has been taken by the government. Next is intellectual property protection. Intellectual property is basically, let's suppose I invent anything or I create anything by using my intellect. So that anything becomes my property which I have created by using my intellect. That is my intellectual property. And I have rights over that. So these weavers, whatever they are producing, it is their property and they can sell them and they can have intellectual property rights over them. So Government of India basically provides these weavers and the handicrafts IPR under Geographical Indications of Goods Act 1999 and Designs Act 2000. So these are the two laws which provide IPR protection to these handloom weavers in the country. Geographical indication basically is given to a product which has significance and is endemic to a particular geographic region of the country. Like for example, Pochampalli ikat. It is endemic to Pochampalli. Chanderi sarees in Chanderi, Solapur Chadar, Solapur, Maharashtra, Mysore silk, Mysore, Kanchipuram silk, Kanchipuram. So it is like this. So when this geographical indication tag is given, nobody else can produce it apart from people living in that region. If someone else is producing it, it has to take the approval of the people or the body established in that region that, I am also producing this. I am out of this region, but I am producing this. You verify whether it is meeting the standards of the products produced in your region or not. So it is like this. Now the challenges. First challenge is keeping the tradition of hand weaving alive, because the younger generation is much educated, the younger generation is much exposed, the younger generation has access to jobs, high paying jobs, and that is why the older generation feels that the younger generation should not come here in this hand weaving profession. So it is difficult to keep this tradition of hand weaving alive. With better paying jobs and more emphasis on education, traditional artisans are not inclined to bring their new generation to the hand weaving profession. Competition from machine made fabrics. This has destroyed, or this is a very big challenge, because machine made fabrics, they are made quickly, they are made more accurately, because computer aided designs and all are also used on them. So at times they look more attractive as well. And hand woven products do take time, they take labor. So this is how the challenges are. And this competition from the machine turns out to be ugly, as the machine made products are replicas of the original handwork being sold at excessively cheaper prices. So people will go for buying those cheaper products only, if they're getting the same thing which looks similarly. Now, weaving as a livelihood, the last topic for this month's issue. Now, since we know that India has a rich tradition of weaving, we saw it in the very first topic. Special designs are created and exclusive designs are created in India. People are skillful, although there is a challenge that the younger generation is not coming into this kind of profession. But you know, a lot of things are there, and we've also seen that the handloom industry is the second largest employer in the unorganized sector market after agriculture. But there are challenges which need to be addressed. Challenges: lack of reliable data. We do not have reliable data in this domain, And data is the new gold. If we do not analyze the data available with us, we will not be able to advance in this particular domain, or we will be able to advance in a much effective manner if we have access to accurate data related to this domain. How many people are there? How many products do they manufacture? Where they are exporting? What is the amount they are earning? What can be done further? All these data sets we need, or these data points we need, accurate data points. Then only the government will be able to form a more effective policy for these people. Competition from the power loop. This has to be addressed. As we said, we studied just now that power loom produces the products more, I would say, fastly, accurately, and those products are sold at cheaper prices. Those products are also replicas of the hand woven products. So this is basically a big challenge which needs to be addressed. And last is fast changing fashion. Most of these artisans who are there in the hand weaving profession and all, they are there in the remote villages of the country. They do not have this professional training also in design, development, and all. They're not so much aware. And when they produce these kind of products, due to this fast changing fashion, those products become obsolete or outdated. The demand reduces. As a result, inventory increases of those products. Livelihood becomes more, I would say, risky for them. The income reduces of those people. Reason, they are not able to cope up with the changing demand. Reason, they are not aware, or they do not have that formal training in that. Now here the government can come into picture, or even the NGOs can come into picture and help them, you know, guide them that this is the in demand. Can you create this? This can be very much helpful for them or beneficial for them, these artists. So this is what or how the government needs to facilitate. If the government cannot, then the government should allow NGOs to do that. So this is how it is. But there are certain silver linings which also needs to be acknowledged with respect to the handloom sector. First is increased participation of women in this domain. Despite all the challenges, let's keep aside the challenges as of now. We should see that women are participating more and more in this domain. Current interest in handmade sustainable products. This is gaining more and more, especially when the e-commerce platforms are there. E-commerce, or let's say social media, because Instagram and Facebook has become a major platform for selling products. Collaboration with fashion designers, including international fashion houses, these artisans have done. So I was watching one edition of Sabyasachi, and he made I would say range of sarees based on Banarsi silk, a range of sarees based on Mysore silk. So he tied up with the local weavers over there in those regions. Increasing demand in urban areas. So in urban areas, people are getting more and more fond of these kind of designs, which are authentic, which are traditional, like this. Advent of e-commerce, as I told you, it is helping them sell their products more and more. And end-to-end support to the weavers of some big corporate houses. These big corporate houses, many of them have that corporate social responsibility, and under this corporate social responsibility, they have to donate 2% of the net profit of last 3 years in some social cause. And this is one such social cause which they feel that it is helping the marginalized section of the society to uplift themselves. So this is how things are happening. These are some silver linings which we should definitely not ignore. We should definitely not ignore. So with this, we come to an end of today's session, and this month's edition is over. And I will be meeting you in the next month's edition now. And I think the next month's edition is about forts in India. But whatever it will be, I will be covering it. And till then, you guys very well know what to do. Keep studying, keep reading, keep writing, keep watching the videos, and read the original text of Yojana. Namaste, Jai Hind. See you next month with Yojana's analysis, and every day with daily analysis.